Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, Brookings Harbor residents are calling for action after years of littering, after-hours trespassing, and vandalism. What those residents had to say.
And a man has been arrested after a police pursuit that caused multiple hit-and-run crashes. The charges he faces and when he's expected to be in court.
Brighter skies tomorrow, warmer temperatures as well. Have a detailed look at your forecast as we wrap up the month of April and head into May. It's all coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Vandalism, after-hour trespassing, and littering issues Brookings Harbor residents have been dealing with for years. Thank you for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Samantha Cadera.
And I'm Rocky Walker. Brinkley Hill spoke to some residents who want law enforcement to do more.
It was about 12:45 when the first shot went off. Someone else that was on the beach that was involved had stated, stop shooting towards the homes. Like there's people who live there.
Cherie Bonnell is a resident on the Social Security bar. This is her ring camera footage from April 24th.
And that made me even more concerned of, oh gosh, are we going to be expecting a bullet through our window?
Cherie heard a party in the bar, but called the police when 8 shots were fired off in 30 seconds.
And I had contacted OSP directly to see if we can get enforcement out because it's in danger.
This isn't the first violent and scary situation Cherie has been in during her 3 years living on the Social Security bar. But her frustrations are growing as more parties are happening overnight, leaving trash like beer cans and bullet shells, as there's been a lack of response from law enforcement.
OSP had told me that they didn't have anybody on duty and that they weren't going to be able to respond, that they would let their supervisor know.
I spoke to another resident, Jeff, who said he spent $3,000 on security cameras.
I'd like to see them put a gate at the opening and close the bar from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. just like it's posted.
Jeff said that his property line goes right up to the bar. He's checked with 2 real estate agents who told him his property has lost value in the 3 years he's lived there.
And they both claimed due to your backyard, meaning the bar, that the disruptance from the backyard is driving your property down.
I reached out to the Oregon Department of State Lands to see if they were aware of the issues on the Social Security bar and the impacts it's having on residents. Alyssa Rash with DSL said they are aware of the many complaints and are now planning a site visit to investigate those problems. In the meantime, Curry County now working with Oregon State Police and Brookings Police to find a patrol solution to keep residents safe. From Brookings Harbor, I'm Brinkley Hill.
A small plane accident in Lake County is now under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board. A preliminary investigation found that a single-engine aircraft was about to land when it veered off the runway yesterday afternoon. 2 occupants were in the aircraft and both were transported for minor injuries. The investigation has since been turned over to the FAA and the NTSB.
And new at 6 tonight, Southern Oregon residents are invited to participate in 2 wildfire-related surveys that are now open. Conducted by Oregon State University and Boise State University, these surveys aim to improve preparedness response and community resilience in our region. Details and links to these surveys can be found on our website.
And smoke may be visible in the Rogue Valley tomorrow as Oregon Department of Forestry conducts a 2-day prescribed burn. ODF says they are planning to complete 70 acres of fuel mitigation just west of Butte Falls. This project is part of Butte Falls Community Forest Project that aims to increase wildfire mitigation following the 2020 wildfires. Burns will begin in the morning and last into the afternoon on both days if weather and smoke conditions permit. Now let's turn to Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, we've had some pretty simple weather this week. Really nice though. What should we expect moving forward?
Well, we're going to have even quieter weather. Today we had a very weak storm system roll through, some increased clouds, but not much precipitation to speak of. There were a few light showers and sprinkles. but mostly we just saw some added cloud cover. Currently 70 degrees in Medford. It's 60 in Klamath Falls. We're coming in at 70 in Grants Pass, 60 again in Klamath Falls. But look at Brookings. We've bumped up to 75 degrees. We got that Checo effect going on, and that air descends down the Checo River Valley. As it descends, it warms, and we can get to some much warmer readings than the rest of the coastline, and that's why we're so much warmer than, say, Gold Beach and Crescent City. Winds are pretty blustery, though, for much of the Oregon coastline down into Northern California as well. We're getting some also breezy conditions for inland valleys. Gusts up to 21 miles per hour in Medford, 28 miles per hour in Montague. We did have a few light showers and sprinkles. A lot of that activity now is pushed down into Modoc County. A little shower just to the south of Lakeview. Tonight, look for clouds to generally go on the decrease. It will be a bit chillier tonight, down to 43 in Medford, 33 degrees in Klamath Falls. Tomorrow at the bus stop in the Rogue Valley, while it will be a little bit chilly, also some valley clouds will be possible. Those will clear out pretty quick, and we'll see lots of sunshine and a warmer afternoon as the kids come home from school, getting well up into the 70s, talking upper 70s for highs tomorrow in the Rogue Valley, well above the average. I'll have more details on your Wednesday forecast and tracking some bigger changes to our weather just in time for the weekend. That's all coming up.
Matt, thank you. And as conservation groups gear up to build a wildlife crossing below Ashland, they've increased their preservation footprint.
Yeah, and I was actually able to go to that footprint today. I was being shown around a vast array of different landscapes that make up this one bioregion that they're working to preserve. Here, take a look. I headed into the Bear Creek Gulch with Steve Wise, the executive director of the Southern Oregon Land Conservancy, a 142-acre preserve recently bought by the organization, being the largest of the 12 parcels of land they protect in the area.
We're looking to build that mosaic into connected corridors of protected and conserved habitats, because that's the most meaningful thing in the long run.
Full of different plant life and topography, serving as an ideal spot for a number of wildlife.
Diversity of landscape is really important because it supports a huge range of biological diversity.
And while it might be hard to see it from where we're at right now, just behind me is the I-5, and this preserve heads directly towards the soon-to-be-built Mariposa Wildlife Crossing.
This becomes the on-ramp to that wildlife crossing. The animals need safe places to go before and after they cross over the highway, and this is part of that migratory path that's going to make it a healthier, safer place that's going to sustain this landscape and its living communities, as far as we're concerned, forever.
In the Colstein Valley, I'm Rocky Walker.
A 47-year-old man is facing a long list of serious charges after a crime spree that spanned several cities in Jackson County. Police say Alfred William Maybrier stole a vehicle during a disturbance late Monday afternoon in Medford. From there, he led officers on a dangerous pursuit, striking multiple vehicles as he fled through Phoenix and Talent, before eventually crashing in Ashland at the intersection of Main and Maple. Police say Maybrier tried to run from the scene on foot, but was quickly taken into custody by the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and Ashland Police. He now faces 17 charges from multiple agencies, including assault in the second and fourth degree, unlawful use of a weapon, robbery, reckless driving, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and failure to perform the duties of a driver after a crash. Maybrier was scheduled to appear in court today, but reportedly refused to show up. That appearance has been rescheduled for tomorrow. We'll continue to follow the story and bring updates as we learn more. For the latest, you can head to our website.
The Grants Pass Police Department is investigating a potential assault with a vehicle. Police say they received multiple 911 calls about a woman being hit by a car in the Albertsons parking lot. The woman was rushed to the hospital in serious but stable condition. The 38-year-old driver of the vehicle was detained as a criminal investigation began. 2 parked cars were also hit. The Grants Pass Major Crimes Team and Accident Reconstruction Team are currently investigating.
A group of Oregon doctors says hidden facility fees are causing patients to delay or avoid critical medical care. They're calling on lawmakers to act. Senate Bill 539 would require clinics to disclose added fees up front and prevent them from applying to basic services. The fees often added by hospital-owned clinics can inflate costs significantly.
Facility fees can turn simple, inexpensive procedures into major, unexpected financial setbacks. That uncertainty makes patients second guess whether they will seek that care.
Doctors argue these charges hurt patients' health, especially when they avoid follow-up treatments or preventative procedures due to cost fears. They say it's time Oregon joined other states in protecting patients from surprise bills.
Senate Bill 539 also has some opposition from the Hospital Association of Oregon. The organization says the bill will destabilize Oregon's fragile healthcare system. It will reduce patients' access to care, and more than half of Oregon's hospitals are operating at a loss. Hospital Association of Oregon says eliminating facility fees would create greater financial strain, leading to service reduction.
And if you take I-5 exit 30 onto Biddle Road on your commute home or to work, you may have to find an alternate route as the exit is scheduled to be closed tonight. You could see the closure on the northbound exit 30 on your screens. The closure will be in place from 9 p.m. tonight to 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Detours are marked on Bullock and Poplar Roads. Other lanes on exit 30 will not be impacted.
Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars is almost here, and tickets are on sale now for Saturday's performances. Our morning team is really excited to share what they've been working on, and it's guaranteed to be a good time. There are 2 shows to choose from at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. You can head to kdrv.com for more details.
NewsWatch 12's Wake Up and Win is back this week. You have your chance to win free tickets to the Applegate Valley Wine Trail Uncorked Barrel Tour on Saturday, May 17th. All you have to do is watch NewsWatch 12 this morning between 6:45 and 7 a.m., spot the daily code word, and enter it onto our website. One winner will be selected each day through Friday of this week.